What's going on, guys? Frank Redline RV here, back with another video. Today we are working on a 2025 Keystone, Montana. So complaint number 5 here, galley cabinet style under stove cracked. So we have the stove right there, oven. Let's check it out. Right there, that's where it's cracked. We're gonna replace that style, guys. So this is a brand new 2025 Keystone, Montana. Pretty nice unit. So let's get this started. First we need to remove that that drawer in the bottom. And there's 2 clips. This clip right here, squeeze up. This one squeeze down, and then it'll come out. With that out of the way, we can check out what's gonna hold this style together here. Open this cabinet. Behind here, let me get a flashlight in there. So behind the style, there's usually pocket screws. Right there, you see one and the other one on the bottom. So basically what we need to do is we need to remove that board on the bottom to get to that bottom pocket screw, and then that one as well. That looks like it's gonna be an alright job right there. It's not that hard. On the second one here, get the flashlight in there. So it goes in. We're gonna have to remove that to get to, let's see, hopefully the camera gets it here. Right there. And then the pocket jigs are right there as well. This one's more accessible right there, so we're good there. I'm gonna remove the rails, drawer rails, just in case they're not in the way. But there's a screw there. Basically that's how you do that. And then there's a screw back here as well. Okay, alright guys, let me get those rails off. Rails are off right there. They're just sitting back there. Now let's get all these screws out. Pocket jig screws, and then we're gonna get these screws out of there. Once we take that trim, that board trim on the bottom, and remove those pocket jigs, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a pry bar in here, because you could see that they're stapled. The style, this is stapled to this style right here. So we need to get something to pry it out, you know, and take it out of there. So we're gonna have to get like a pry bar or something, get it wedged in there and easily just pry it out. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what kind of screws, what kind of drill bit you use for these screws. They kind of look like Phillips, but they're not Phillips, guys. In the RV industry, these are called Robert's head. So there's it's a square head bit to take these screws out. This is a number 2. Okay, there's smaller ones too. There's a 1, this is the number 2, and then there's also a number 3. But in the RV industry, they usually have these screws right here. So mainly a number 2 bits will take it off. So you want to have a couple of sizes. This one's like the medium size, this one's like the longer size, and then they make longer ones as well. For jobs like this where it's really tight to get to, sometimes you also need a 1/4 inch L drive. So you put that on your drill right there, and then your bit on this side, and it makes it easier to get in tight corners and stuff like that where your full bit won't fit. You know what I'm saying here? So for instance, this long bit wasn't gonna fit with the drill here. I had to use this one. So just a little explanation on the standard RV screws that they use. Keystone, Forest River, Jayco's, they all use this style of screws. And if you were wondering where to get these, any hardware store, Ace Hardware has them, Home Depot has them, a variety of packs. So that's just a little bit of a tip for you guys. Alright guys, so I took all the screws out right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me get the flashlight on this side. 5, 6, and then we have taken out 7 right there. Let's see, yeah, right there. This one we can't get to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pry this out because it's just stapled to it, or nailed to the style here. I'm just going to easily pry out with a little pry bar or a little spatula, and then just open this up so I can get to that bolt right there. Once we have that bolt off, it's going to be like this side right here. As you can see, this side, the 2 screws are off, and you could just easily take it out. And it's going to be, I think, nailed right here. They just didn't touch that one up. We'll just simply pry out gently, and that's it. Let me get that going for you. Alright guys, these are a couple tools. We're not going to use all of them, but just giving you just a tip on how to do this. So these spatulas, they're come in different sizes here. Pry bars and some plastic bones right there. So basically what we're gonna do is wedge this in here like so, and hit it with the hammer and try to pry it off just like this. As you can see, it's already prying out. So we're gonna do that all the way this way. I don't want to go too much that way because that's where that meets right there, and I don't want to move that. So I'm gonna go this way right here, as you can see. So now what we can do is we're gonna gently pry that like that. As you can see, it's coming out. All right, there we go. Just like that, guys. And actually you can just do that. You see how it's stapled there? So we're just gonna break those staples out. We're gonna grind those off and put new staples right there. Okay, now we can get to that bolt right there. That's what that was the goal right there. All right, so this is loose here. It's kind of loose there. Alright, so now it's held here. Like I said, we need to I'm gonna see if I can pry it a little bit, wiggle it back and forth. Work on it with the spatulas right here. We start prying on this right here. We need to remove that pocket screw right there, and there's probably another one behind there, so we have to take this off as well. Okay, all right guys, there it is. There's the old style. It's cracked right there. We took it off of right there. I'm gonna take this off to put it back. This is just stapled here. I'll just wedge something in here and take it off. We're gonna go cut this at the saw, get the new one, get the new pocket jigs drilled, and we'll come back and do the install on this. Alright, we have the old style here, the one that's cracked right there. We have the new one all cut out, pocket holes drilled, Now we need to install it in there. Alright guys, we have the stile in. We already screwed it to the sideboards with the pocket jigs holes on the sides, then the trim that goes inside, screwed those down, and there it is. That's how you do a stile on a cabinet like this. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe, comment, and share the video. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.